I'm going to be letting a coin decide my March Madness bracket to see if this is really luck or if there's a little bit of skill involved. Here we go. So then you guys know how this is going to work. Auburn will be heads. Alabama State will be tails. Head, tails, head, tails. So the team on the top is heads. The team on the bottom is tails. Here we go. I'm excited to see who the coin has winning March Madness. Here we go. First flip. Really laggy flip. But it was tails. That means right off the bat, Alabama State is going to beat Auburn. So here we go. Next game, Louisville Creighton. Tails again. 2 tails in a row. Michigan, UC San Diego. Heads. I would agree with that pick. Texas A&M Yale. Heads again. I agree. We started off rough, but let's see. Heads again. Okay, 3 heads in a row. Okay, another heads. That's 4 in a row. Okay, I'm questioning the legitimacy. Okay, let's see if there's a tail. Oh, there we go. Of course, against Florida, because why wouldn't it be? Already, 2 of the number 1 seeds are out, with Norfolk State beating Florida. Tails, Oklahoma. Okay, I don't know. Memphis, all right. This is going very quick here. Grand Canyon over Maryland. Sorry, Maryland fans. Missouri over Drake. That's an interesting game. I'm excited to see that one. Oh, no! Why? No. That is my school right here. That's who I want to win. Win it all. And, of course, UNC Wilmington is going to knock us out. Really hoping that's not true. Tails again, Arkansas. And to finish it off on the left over here, it's going to be St. John's over Omaha. Alrighty, we're already halfway through the round of 64. Duke versus St. Mary's, and 3, I'm being legit, 3 of the number 1 seeds are already gone. 3 out of 3. That's crazy. Mississippi State, okay, I think Baylor might take the cake, but Liberty, I think that could happen legit. Arizona over Akron. Akron, I don't know. BYU over VCU. Wisconsin over Montana. This is Vanderbilt over St. Mary's. I would agree with that. There's 2 St. Mary's? I would like to apologize. Mount St. Mary's and St. Mary's. Didn't even know 2 of those existed. Oh, was that for this one or the next one? We're going to be fair and reflip. Robert Morris. It was tails again, so. Okay, there's no way they eliminate all 4 of the number 1 seeds. There we go. Houston is still alive. Gonzaga, Georgia. Let's see. Gonzaga wins. Clemson or McNeese? McNeese winning over Clemson. Tails again. High Point over Purdue. I think that could possibly happen. Illinois over Xavier. Troy over Kentucky. That is interesting. Utah State over UCLA. And finally, Wofford over Tennessee. That was the end of round of 64. Here are all the teams that got eliminated. Sorry, not sorry, kind of sorry. So yeah, here's the round of 32. Mount St. Mary's versus Mississippi State. And what do you know? Mount St. Mary's is making a deep run because they have made it to the Sweet 16. Same with Liberty. All right, next up, BYU and Wisconsin. BYU heading to the Sweet 16. Vanderbilt, Robert Morris, and Vanderbilt wins over Robert Morris. Houston and Gonzaga. Houston, again, the only number 1 seed remaining. High Point over McNeese. That'll be interesting to see how far they go. Troy to the Sweet 16 over Illinois. And Utah State over Wofford. Here we go, on to the other side. We'll go ahead and start at the bottom. Arkansas versus St. John's, where St. John's surprisingly goes home early. Missouri and UNC Wilmington. Missouri wins over Arkansas. Next, Memphis or Grand Canyon. Memphis, which is not surprising at all. And Norfolk State versus Oklahoma, where Norfolk State, that is a tongue twister. If you go there, that is a tongue twister of a name. Oklahoma over Memphis. No. Breathe, man, breathe. Oklahoma over Norfolk State. They're on to the Sweet 16. That was a struggle right there. Marquette and Michigan State, let's see. Michigan State. I'm talking really fast right now. I feel like those people at an auction. Iowa State over Ole Miss. This is a close game. Michigan over Texas A&M. And Alabama State or Creighton. Alabama State still fighting strong. Found their way in the Sweet 16. Alrighty, the Sweet 16 is here. Here are all the teams that got eliminated. I am sorry again. Not sorry. We're not there yet. We're not close enough yet. Here we go. Teams fighting for the Elite Eight spot. Alabama State versus Michigan. Already a doozy. Can Alabama State keep going? No! Alabama State is gone. Michigan. Iowa State or Michigan State? Michigan State beats Iowa State. The battle of the states. Oklahoma and Memphis. Oklahoma found their way to the Elite Eight. Interesting. Missouri and Arkansas. Cha-ching, cha-ching, cha-ching. Missouri all the way to the Elite Eight. Troy and Utah State. Definitely not what I was thinking. And Utah State finds their way to the Elite Eight. No way Houston loses to High Point. But let's see. What do you know? If you are a High Point fan or you go to this college, congratulations, because you guys are going way further in this than I thought you would. BYU or Vanderbilt? Vandy over BYU. And Mount St. Mary's, the lowest seed left, and Liberty. Mount St. Mary's. Wow, that is incredible. To the Elite Eight. So, here are the teams eliminated. Yep, that's about how that goes. We've been here already. The Elite Eight. This is where the games get legit. This is like when March Madness is like, this is like the best teams. Like Mount St. Mary's. So, here we go. High Point and Utah State. High Point is gone all the way. Utah State, though, the Final Four. They just punched their ticket in. Mount St. Mary's or Vanderbilt? Let's see. Mount St. Mary's is gone. Vanderbilt, the 2-10 seeds, taken over in the Final Four. Michigan and Michigan State. This is a legit one. This is the first legit one we've had. Let's see. This is the legit battle of the state. Michigan State. That is actually realistic. The coin is doing a nice job right now. Kind of-ish. And then Oklahoma and Missouri. This isn't terrible. Oklahoma. Alrighty. Here we go. Here's your Final Four, guys. This is what our Final Four is looking at. Michigan State, Oklahoma, Vandy, and Utah State. Definitely some interesting choices, but it could happen, guys. Remember, it's like 1 in 9.2 quintillion. So, starting with the left side, to go to the championship game, heads is Michigan State, tails is Oklahoma. Let's see. It is heads. Michigan State to the championship game, which is legit. That could actually happen. And on the other side, Vanderbilt or Utah State. Heads is Vanderbilt, tails is Utah State. Let's go ahead and see. It is heads. 2 heads. Vandy and Michigan State in your championship game. This is what you've been waiting for. The big game. The big game. Michigan State is heads. Vanderbilt is tails. Let me know in the comments, who do you think is going to win this matchup right here? Who did you think was going to win the whole thing? Actually, you should comment that too, because I'm not sure if Vanderbilt will even win in the first round. But Michigan State and Vanderbilt, here we go. Heads or tails? It is heads! Michigan State to win the whole thing. That is the prediction that the coin has for us. Michigan State. The coin believes Michigan State is going to win. Let me know in the comments who you think is going to win. And I'll see you guys in like a video later, actually, seeing how accurate this actually was. We have to put it to the test, obviously. So this was Antoine2431. Sign out for now. Peace.